Welcome everyone. It is my pleasure and honor to be part of this Live Healthy, Love Healthy, and Stay Healthy Summit. Today I am here to share with you my personal health journey as to how I use the power of Raj Yoga meditation to manage my chronic pain and completely heal myself. Let me put up my slides first. About 25 years ago, my father suddenly passed away within 1 month of my admission in the medical school back in India. I was devastated. I went through a lot of emotional turmoil that led to mental, emotional, and physical stress in my life, and that adversely affected my health with chronic pain in multiple joints. I went to see so many different doctors, but nothing was helping me. No treatment was helping me come out of my pain until I started practicing meditation. Seeing the healing benefits of meditation in my own life, I got then interested in researching in this area. Especially, I wanted to explore more on the impact of meditation on pain management. I have tried to understand pain from both a scientific and spiritual lens. So let's start with understanding pain from a scientific perspective. Pain is an unpleasant sensation. When we think about pain, what is pain? It's an unpleasant sensation. It's an uncomfortable feeling. Pain is actually a sign of inflammation. What is inflammation? Inflammation word has come from Latin root inflammare, that means to set on fire. Inflammation is a response of body tissues to injury or irritation. There are 4 cardinal signs of inflammation, which includes pain, swelling, redness, and heat. So in a way, we can say that inflammation is like a silent fire inside the body. And the cause of inflammation is some or the other kind of stress. So now let's understand the cascade of events that takes place when our body is subjected to stress. So what happens when our body is under stress? The autonomic nervous system quickly promotes physiological changes through its 2 main branches, the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system acts like the gas pedal of a car. When we are driving car, there we have gas pedal and we have also this brakes. So both are important when we are driving our car. Similarly, this body is also like a car, and sympathetic nervous system acts like the gas pedal of a car, and it brings about many physiological changes in the form of increase in heart rate, increase in blood pressure. Our breathing becomes rapid when this system gets activated. Pupils, they dilate, digestion slows down, and there is an increased blood flow to the brain and the large muscles of the body. So this part of our nervous system actually becomes very active. This is fight and flight response of the body, and it is very important for our protection and survival. And another part of the nervous system, that is parasympathetic nervous system, it acts like the brake pedal of a car, and it calms our body and takes us into rest and digest mode. And this system is also very important for growth and development. So for optimum functioning of our body and for excellent health, both systems should work together and should be in balance. And this is where meditation plays a very important role. It helps in bringing both these systems in a state of equilibrium, in a state of balance and harmony. Stress is also handled by the body through HPA axis. It comprises of hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenal. So hypothalamus is a small region, as you see here in this picture. It's a small region located at the base of the brain. It plays a crucial role in many important functions of the body, like releasing hormones, regulating body temperature, etc. And the second one is the pituitary. It is a small pea-sized gland, also called as master gland of the body, because it controls the activity of most other hormone secreting glands. The third component of this HPA axis, as you see here, is the adrenal gland located above the kidneys. And it produces a variety of hormones, mainly cortisol and adrenaline. These chemicals, when secreted in response to initial stress, what they do, they activate the immune system of the body and they protect the body from inflammation. So cortisol is actually, it's an anti-inflammatory hormone, and it prevents the body from the effects of inflammation. After it is produced, there is negative feedback to hypothalamus and body comes back to homeostasis. That means it comes back to normal. But when the problem happens, when the stress becomes chronic, so at that time, what happens, there is persistent activation of HPA axis, and that causes pathological activation of adrenal glands, which causes release of excess cortisol that causes inflammation of immune cells, leading to brain damage and also damage to many different parts of the body. And then the protective effect of cortisol is lost and there is cortisol resistance, and the inbuilt defense mechanism of the body gets disrupted. So chronic stress, that is why it is said that chronic stress, it results in inflammation, which gets manifested as pain. So now let's understand more about the pain. So whenever we have pain in any part of our body, this information, pain is like an information. This information is carried by specialized nerves that are there in different parts of our body. So these nerves, they carry the information to different parts of the brain. And there is a specific area of the brain, as you see here in this picture, called as limbic system, which mainly is the first to respond to such information. So there are mainly 4 players in this team: amygdala, hippocampus, thalamus, and hypothalamus. They all work together as a team, but amygdala is the chief player that processes emotions and gives meaning to pain. We can also call amygdala as subconscious mind. There is also another part of the brain, as you see here, called as prefrontal cortex, which plays a critical role in regulating emotions. And we can compare this part with our conscious mind. So now let's see how amygdala generates emotions. Amygdala would generate emotions according to how it perceives pain. If it perceives pain as its friend, then it will start to generate positive feelings of love, respect, regard. On the other hand, on seeing the pain as its enemy, the feelings that it will generate will be that of anger, resentment, hatred, animosity. So it's very important for the amygdala to perceive pain not as a threat, but as a messenger who comes to warn us about an impending danger. Because think about it, if there is no pain, then it's hard to know what is going on in the body. Just like when a car is low in gas, a warning signal appears that alerts the driver to fill the gas. Similarly, this body is also like a car, and the pain is that warning signal that reminds us that there is a need to stop and we need to take actions to protect the body from damage. Therefore, it's very important to retrain the amygdala to change the way it perceives pain. But the question is how to bring about a change in our perception towards pain. So, for this, a deeper understanding of psychodynamics of mind, body, and soul is psychodynamics of mind, body, and soul. All three are needed. And that is where spiritual science comes in. So, the way to change our perception is by becoming aware of who we are, understanding, understanding the true self, and by empowering ourselves. So the question, very important question to ask ourselves is, who am I? Because only when we change our consciousness, we will be able to change our thoughts. And that is what is needed to change our perception. We need to actually upgrade our minds. When I was introduced to meditation, long time back, about 20 years ago, that time I didn't know that there is actually a distinction between the physical body and the spiritual dimension. And that actually, that awareness, that realization that I am not this physical body, but I am beyond the limitations of this physical body. Through the practice of Raj Yoga meditation, I got this beautiful understanding that I am not what I see through my physical eyes. I am not my body. We say that we all are human beings. And that's what we are drawn towards, the physical body, because the human part is visible, but the being part is not visible. But the reality that I found through the practice of Raj Yoga meditation is that I am not my body, I am not my brain, I am not my mind, I am not even my own thoughts, but I am that being, that Raja. Raja Yoga meditation, we say Raja Yoga. Raja means king and yoga means union. Union or connection. So in Raj Yoga meditation, it is emphasized that if we connect with the true part of ourselves, then we can become king of our own mind, king of our own thoughts, king of our own feelings. So who am I? I am that Raja, I am that king, a being who is full with peace, love, happiness. And I realized that when I changed my consciousness and started generating spiritual thoughts, I was able to provide high energy thoughts to the conscious mind. That is the prefrontal cortex that I talked about before. Because the conscious mind also it has to be trained so that the subconscious mind can receive that those thoughts, high quality thoughts. So this is the way to retrain the amygdala. And we can then flood the amygdala with loving, happy, and peaceful thoughts. And if amygdala receives good quality thoughts, then it would be easy for the amygdala to generate the positive emotions. And when it starts to generate positive emotions, there will be release of healthy chemicals like dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, which would keep the body happy and healthy. So Raj Yoga meditation is about connecting with that inner reservoir of healing energy, that is the being, that is the reservoir. It's the connection with the being that I am, and also the connection with the supreme source of energy, healing energy. That supreme source is actually the ocean of healing energy. We can call that source as God or higher consciousness or higher power, whatever you want to call that energy as. But there is that energy that is filled with unlimited reservoir of peace, love, and happiness. So when I connect with my true self and then connect with that being, I am able to fill myself to such an extent that I begin to overflow. So we say that, in Raj Yoga meditation, we take the journey inwards, connecting with the being that I am, and then we take the journey upwards, and then that means connecting with the higher being, God, and then connecting with the outside world. And this is how we can fill ourselves with healing energy, and we can help the amygdala to release healthy chemicals that keeps the body healthy. So body, mind, and soul, all three become healthy. So it's very important to expand our consciousness from body to the soul. In Brahma Kumaris, we call this practice as soul consciousness. And when we move from body consciousness to soul consciousness, then we begin to have control over our pain. As it is said that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. In fact, it has been seen that with the practice of meditation, even pain sensations can be altered. Now we know that suffering is optional. How suffering is optional? Because I have a choice whether I want to produce positive emotions or negative emotions. It is in my hands, right? So suffering is, in that way, suffering is optional. But at the same time, if I expand my consciousness with the practice of meditation, then I can even alter my pain sensations. So we can modify this statement as that even pain is also optional. And there is, in fact, a true story about a Buddhist monk from Vietnam. There was a protest one time, in 1960s, and he burnt himself in that protest. And it was so interesting that he was not exhibiting at that time when he was burning himself. He did not exhibit any sign of distress. And how did that happen? With the practice of meditation, he was able to have control over his pain sensations. So there was reduction in pain unpleasantness and pain sensitivity. And scientists also actually, later on, they also found that in other monks, they found that there was also reduction in the activation of amygdala and prefrontal cortex with the practice of meditation. They actually found many structural and functional changes in the brain with meditation practice that the scientists are calling as neuroplasticity. They're talking a lot about neuroplasticity. We used to think that brain cannot be changed after a certain age, but what the scientists have explored, that brain is plastic, brain can be molded, brain has the ability to change and adapt, and both the structure and function of brain can be changed by the way we think. So if we bring about a change in our thoughts through the practice of meditation, we create positive thoughts, so we can easily change neural connections and we can create new neural pathways. Meditation is such a beautiful tool that can be used to make these new neural connections. So to summarize, I will share with you this ABCD strategy to manage pain. A stands for alert, just like when we see any danger in the outside world. Similarly, pain is also a kind of danger that is inside and that comes to alert us, to activate fight and flight emergency alarm that is inside the inbuilt mechanism. So pain is actually, it tells us about an impending danger. If there is no pain, we will never know that something is wrong with the body and we will not take any action. So pain is a very important messenger. So that is A. And B stands for believing in the self. Believing in this that I have the ability to change, to bring about the change. There is definitely inner doctor, inner pharmacy, inner hospital. I need to go every day within inside of me and access that energy that is there in there. It is fully accessible, it is free of charge, there is no need to take any appointment. You can always go inside and you can generate your own inner morphines, the endorphins. And C stands for bringing about change in the consciousness from body to the soul, to the being that I am. And D stands for donating. Like I said before, connecting with the self and connecting with the divine. So when this connection becomes accurate, then I start to overflow with that healing energy. And when I begin to share my healing energy with others, sharing peace, sharing love, sharing happiness with others, that I'm able to feel less pain. So this is the ABCD strategy that you can use to manage your own pain if you like. And lastly, I would like to share with you my research study on long-term Raj Yogis that I conducted as part of my PhD program. This was an interpretative phenomenological study on breast cancer survivors where I gathered the spiritual experiences of these Raj Yogis as to how they use the practice of their meditation to heal themselves from cancer. And what I found was astonishing. These Raj Yogis, they accepted their cancer diagnosis with ease, without any fear. They were not only able they were not only able to maintain their inner stability, remarkable inner stability I found in them. That's what they shared. It was inner stability throughout their cancer journey. They also served as inspirational models for others who would come to see them. So there are many interesting things that I found in this study. If you want to know more about this study, you can go online and read the article. And if you need the full article, you can send me an email and I would be happy to share with you. So now let's experience whatever I had talked so far. I will now guide you through this meditation experience. So sit in a comfortable place that is away from any distractions and relax your body. With this awareness that the self has been exposed to many different kinds of pain, knowingly and unknowingly, it is important to bring about a change in the way we perceive things around us. And this change has to start from within. The first and foremost change that is needed to bring about a shift is the change in my consciousness. Maybe at this point you can ask yourself this question: who am I? Who is the one who keeps the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system in balance? Who is the one who is making the body move? Who is the one who is sending signals, pain signals from the brain to different parts of the body? Who is the one who guides the mind? Who is the one who creates feelings and emotions? Who is the one who perceives different things? It is the inner being who is the controller of the mind and the body. So take a moment to remind yourself that you are a being who is immortal, the invisible, the indestructible energy, pure energy, pure consciousness, the soul that animates this body. So let's focus on this powerful self seated on the throne above and behind your eyes, at the center of your forehead, as a king, as a Raja, with full authority over your mind. And have this awareness that I am a master of my own body. I am a master of my own senses. I have the power to heal my mind and my body. With this powerful awareness, now order your mind to create a healing thought. I am a peaceful being. Allow this thought to go deep into the core of your being. As your mind begins to calm down, allow this energy of peace to flow in your brain. This will stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system of your body. And the peaceful signal travels to each and every organ of your body. And slowly your body is now going into a state of rest and digest. Now ask your mind to create another healing thought. I am a loving being. Now visualize as if you are giving a big hug to your own true self, generating tremendous amount of energy of love. And as this love travels to your brain, it causes a release of oxytocin, the hugging hormone. And each and every cell of your body is getting filled with the energy of love. Feel this loving energy flowing in your whole body. Now give yourself another healing thought. I am a happy being. Allow this happy energy to reach your brain. And your brain is now responding to this thought by releasing a happy hormone, serotonin. Imagine your whole body getting flooded with this happy energy. as the cells of your body begins to dance in happiness. Give yourself another healing thought that I am a powerful being with full control over my senses. I have the power to choose either to perceive my pain as my friend or enemy. And I choose to see my pain as my friend. Now visualize yourself generating tremendous amount of healing energy of peace, love, and joy in response to pain. And these positive energies are the best painkillers that would allow me to generate endorphins, the inner morphine. Now I know that I have the power to manufacture my own painkillers so that I can live a happy, healthy, and pain-free life. I am so grateful to find this inner pharmacy. Also, I know that I can always keep my stock of positive energy full by connecting with the ultimate source of healing energy, that is the divine. So now for a few moments, feel as if you are receiving a very powerful light from up above, from the universe. And this is the light of the divine. Feel his warm rays of love, cool rays of peace, and bright rays of joy embracing you and giving you a blissful divine experience, replenishing the reservoir of healing energy. You are now fully lit, supercharged, and overflowing with positivity, and ready to share this healing energy with others. Now see yourself sending the pure light of peace, joy, and love to all the beings on the planet. And have this benevolent wish that let the whole world be healed and let everyone live a happy, healthy, stress-free, and pain-free life. Thank you. Know more about the Brahma Kumari's Raj Yoga meditation. Here you see the websites, and also you see two pictures. We have two retreat centers in the US, Peace Village, that is located in upstate New York, and another one is Anubhuti Meditation and Retreat Center in Novato, California. You're most welcome to visit these places. They have many retreats throughout the year. You can visit their websites to know more about these retreats. And if you have any questions, if you want to ask something, you're most welcome to email me. My email is kagarwal@saybrook.edu. You can also call me at this number, 507-993-5241. And also, one good thing about this meditation is that all the meditation courses that Brahma Kumaris offer are free of cost, free of charge. So you can experience, you can go to the center and charge yourself. I hope you enjoyed this meditation session with me. Thank you again for joining and for participating. Thank you.